Some nights arrive with a heaviness that even the darkness can't carry alone. And as the world outside my window holds its breath, I feel the weight of everything unspoken settle quietly between my ribs. Your name sits somewhere in that silence, not shouted, not whispered, just present, like the faint glow of a distant light I can't reach but can't stop looking at. I sit still, not because I'm calm, but because any movement might disturb the fragile balance between who I am now and who I was when your shadow still stretched into the corners of my life. It's strange how memory works, how it chooses certain moments to haunt you gently, softly, almost lovingly, as if pain could be something you learn to live with, the way you learn to live with a scar. There was a time when I thought forgetting was a matter of effort, but time has taught me that the heart is not a place you can sweep clean. It's a room where the things we lose learn how to stay in quieter forms. And you've stayed in the quietest form of all. Sometimes I close my eyes just to see the version of you that existed only in my presence, the one the world never met, the one who breathed differently when the room grew soft, the one whose fear looked so much like longing you couldn't tell the difference. I don't know if that version ever truly belonged to me, but it lives in me as if it did. If the universe bent for a moment and placed you here again, in this dim room with your tired voice and trembling hands, I think we'd both understand a truth neither of us were ready for, that love doesn't always return when it should, but it never leaves the places where it grew. I wouldn't ask for explanations, I wouldn't ask for closure, I wouldn't ask for anything that might shatter the fragile air between us. I'd simply look at you long enough for everything we never said to rise like smoke from the ruins of who we were. But you're not here, only the quiet is, only the soft thrum of a heart learning how to beat without the rhythm it once memorized. I exhale slowly as if the night might catch my breath and carry it to you, a small reminder that somewhere in the dark a soul still holds your name without bitterness. Some people think moving on means erasing the past, but I've learned that real moving on is learning to walk forward with shadows beside you. Shadows you no longer fear, shadows you no longer fight, shadows that remind you some things were real, even if they didn't last. Maybe one day you'll feel the faint pull of a memory you thought had died, a soft ache pressed between two quiet heartbeats, and maybe you'll pause long enough to understand that some connection